Welcome guys to my NFL Week 15 recap. We just got done watching the Rams versus the Packers game. So let's talk about what was the Week 15 of the NFL. We start off with the Thursday night game. It was the 49ers versus the Seahawks. The 49ers were 9-4 coming into this game. The 49ers were the top of the NFC West, the NFC West champions. They won the NFC West. The Seahawks were 7-6. You had Brock Purdy, who had a 17 out of 20 throw, 217 yards, 2 touchdowns. Geno Smith, who had I've sung my praises for Geno Smith for the last couple of weeks, but again, 31 throws, 31 out of 44 throws, 238 yards, 1 touchdown. Kenneth Walker the second, 12 carries, 47 yards, and the 49ers win 21-13 on Thursday night. Then this week we have some Saturday action, but no pun intended, because we're going to have Jeff Saturday playing coaching on Saturday, and you had, again, this is the Colts team that they was leading really early on. Like, it was like 33-7 in the third, and what a great comeback for the Vikings to come back to. It was 36-39. And again, the last time an NFL team did that was in the wild card back in 1992, and then Frank Reich, who was recently the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts, he was playing for the Bills at that time, and conveniently, now that the Colts had that big lead, a bit of karma going on. Like, you can see Frank Reich going, "It's work, bitch." Then we had Kirk Cousins, who had 34 out of 54 throws, 460 yards, 4 touchdowns. What a great comeback he had! A great game that Kirk Cousins had. And then the Vikings they won the NFC North, and they're 11-3. Again, they're having a good year. So credit to the Vikings. Then we had the Ravens versus the Browns. The Browns get the win 3-13. Huntley is still back. Huntley is still starting as the quarterback for the Ravens. 17 out of 30 throws, 380 yards, one interception. Deshaun Watson, 18 throws, 18 out of 28 throws, 161 yards, 1 touchdown. And then Dobbins had 13 carries, 125 yards, and the Browns are now 6-8. And this was like the Browns' first win that they've had over. This is the Browns' first win that they've had over the Ravens since the 2019 season, when it was week 4, so 3 years ago. So credit to those guys. Then we had the Dolphins versus the Bills, 2 teams that again had great years. The Bills have been fantastic. Bills are 11-3 as they get the win, and they beat the Dolphins 23-32. Tua had 17 out of 30 throws, 234 yards, 2 touchdowns. Josh Allen had 25 out of 40 throws, 304 yards, 4 touchdowns. Morsat had 17 carries and 176 yards. Then we had the Falcons versus the Saints in the NFC South. Again, these are 2 teams that are in transition. But what I did like about this Falcons-Saints game is that the Falcons actually started Desmond Ridder. I've been saying for the past 14 weeks on this channel, start Desmond Ridder. Again, Mariota, you know what Marcus Mariota is all about. You know what, you've seen him in the league before. But again, there's more upside to Desmond Ridder as a starting quarterback in the NFL. Let's see what he is in the NFL. And he had 13 out of 26 throws, 97 yards. Drake London had 7 reps and 70 yards. For his first NFL debut, he had good flashes of what he could do in the NFL. Again, he needs to work on passing the ball more and having more field awareness. But in my opinion, he wasn't too bad on the field. But the Saints get the win 18-21. Then we had the Steelers versus the Panthers. Again, we had the battle of the worst quarterbacks starting. We had Sam Darnold and we had Mitchell Trubisky starting. The Steelers are last in the AFC North, and the Steelers got the win 24-16. Najee Harris got 24 carries out of 86 yards and 1 touchdown. The Lions, my Lions, were on the road this past week and we're 7-7 again. What a great turnaround that we've had for the season. We were 1-6 weeks ago, and now we're 7-7 in playoff contention, second in the NFC North. You had DeAndre Swift 8 carries and 52 yards. You had Kirby. What I do like about is our Lions defense. That you have Malcolm Rodriguez, you have Aiden Hutchinson, who had 5 total tackles and 4 solo tackles. Kirby Joseph. I'm liking Kirby Joseph and Aiden Hutchinson's. I like how they're gelling in that defense with Malcolm Rodriguez, and Kirby Jones has 6 total tackles and 4 solo tackles, and the Lions win 20-17. Then we had the Eagles versus the Bears. Football 25-2. Again, typical Bears game. Running the ball. Let's run the ball. Again, I look at this game, and if you're a Bears fan, you look at that Eagles team, and that should be the example for the Bears team for 2023-2024. Is you get the young quarterback and you build around the young quarterback. You don't have the second round overall pick that you're going to have this year, and you go for a Will Anderson or you go for whoever else at the defensive end. You go for somebody in that offensive line, and you actually go protect Justin Fields, because I've been saying for weeks now, you're going to run this kid into the ground, and then you're going to have to wait another year to get another quarterback. And again, you got to work on Justin Fields throwing the ball. For his stats in this game, he had 14 throws out of 21, compared to Jalen Hurts, who had 22 out of 37 throws. Again, it's okay running the ball, but that was 1980s, 1990s version of football when majority was defensive. Again, if you want to help your young quarterback, help you on the passing side of the ball, I've said before that Justin Fields is field awareness, no pun intended, but he isn't that great. Like when he sees people wide open, he doesn't throw the ball. He's like, oh, let's run the fucking ball, 1st and 10, halfback dive, and all this bullshit that comes out with Luke Getsy. But yeah, if I'm the Bears in the front office, fire them all. Fire Ryan Poles, fire Eberflus, fire Luke Getsy, because this is the example. You look at the Eagles, how they got their shit together in the offseason. You got AJ Brown, they got the offensive line, they got Sanders, they got whoever else, and they're building a Super Bowl winning team. This is what the Bears should be doing for 2023-2024. Not a contending team, not a progressive football team, a championship winning team. So you can have Justin Fields win multiple championships with a good offensive line around him. Then we have the Cowboys versus the Jags, and Doug Pearson did a favor to his old team, the Philadelphia Eagles, by beating the Cowboys. The Jags are having a good season as well. They're second in the AFC South. The Jags won 34-40 in overtime from a Jenkins touchdown. You had Trevor Lawrence, 27 throws, 27 out of 42 throws, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Dak Prescott had 23 out of 30 throws, 30 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Pollard had 19 carries and 75 yards. Then we had the Chiefs versus the Texans. The Chiefs win the Chiefs are at the top of the AFC West for the 7th time consecutive season, and Mahomes had 36 throws out of 36 out of 41 throws, 356 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kelsey had 10 reps and 105 yards. and the Chiefs won 30 to 24. Then we had the Cardinals versus the Broncos. The Broncos getting the win 15 to 24. James Conner had 18 carries and 63 yards. Ripon had 21 out of 26 throws, 197 yards, 1 touchdown. Then we had the Patriots versus the Raiders. Again, Mac Jones was passing the ball late on in the game against the Raiders, and then passing it back to Mac Jones, gets intercepted by the Raiders, by Jacob Jones of the Raiders, and then the Raiders get the win, 24 to 30, and you had Mac Jones had 13 throws out of 31 throws. He had Derek Carr had 20 out of 38 throws, 231 yards. Jacobs had 22 carries and 93 yards. Then we had the Titans versus the Chargers. Titans are top of the AFC South. The Chargers are second in the AFC West. Tannehill had 15 out of 22 throws and 165 yards. Herbert had 28 out of 42 throws, 313 yards. Derrick Henry had 21 carries, 106 yards and 1 touchdown, as the Chargers won 14 to 17. Then we had the Bengals versus the Bucks. Again, I look at the Bengals. That was one of the worst first half performances, but you can see in the second half they got their shit together. There was at one point there was like 12. There was like 0-17 going into the second half. Then McPherson made it 3-17. They got the shit together in the second half though, and they get the win by 34 to 23. And Burrow had 27 out of 39 throws, 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. A great game. Well, not the best game for Joe Burrow, but again, second half he kind of changed it around. Brady had 30 throws out of 44. 30 out of 44 throws, 312 yards, 3 touchdowns. Godwin had 8 reps of 83 yards. Then we get to the Giants versus the Commanders. 20 to 12 was and the Giants get the win. Then we go to the Monday night game. Tonight's game, it was the Rams versus the Packers. The Packers needed to win this game because if they didn't win this game, they'd be eliminated from trying to get into the wild card, trying to get at least the last support is still in Green Bay, and they have just about staying in contention for a playoff, but they're not going to get it. The Packers win 12 to 24, and again, the Rams season is over, and we're going to have some new Super Bowl champions. Leave you guys thoughts on the NFL Week 15 in the comments, and peace.